Hi, I'm Zolna Russell from Flora Teeter, and from our quarantine we're bringing you little studies of what we see in our home gardens. So today I'm going to talk about the food web. As you may know, specific plants and animals have evolved together and have very relationships that are very important to the survival of species. So I want to tell you a little bit about how you can improve the biodiversity of your garden. The first thing is to plant native plants. Native plants have evolved in specific locations, and it's important to try and plant straight species as much as you can rather than cultivars or plants which have been hybridized, because these plants have flower parts and other features that are critical for animal and insect survival. The second is to include as much biodiversity in your garden as possible, and that not only includes planting many species but also structural biodiversity, as you can see here with the ground cover layer, shrub layer, mid canopy, and higher canopy. And this is important because certain animals only use certain levels of the forest. Another feature of increasing biodiversity is the use of natural materials. So use pine needles instead of mulch, or leave the stems of your plants up through the winter so the plants can lay their eggs and overwinter in here. And try not to clean up your garden too much until fairly late in the spring when everything has had a chance to hatch and move out. Now I'm going to now tell you about one of my favorite plants that support biodiversity, and that is the American dogwood. The American dogwood not only has beautiful flowers every spring which provide nectar and pollen for many insects, but it also has very protein-rich berries which support over 35 species of birds. The dogwood is also a host plant for several butterfly and moth species, and what that means is it supports not only the butterfly form of the insect but also the caterpillar form, and caterpillars are really important in supporting birds. The entomologist Doug Tallamy recently discovered that just to raise one brood of chickadees takes 6,000 to 9,000 caterpillars every year. And you can imagine how many native plants you need to plant to support that many caterpillars. So I hope I've encouraged you to use native plants in your garden and also enjoy the birds and insects that come and frequent them.